All right, we're recording.
Hello, guys.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our video. I'm Callie, for those of you who don't know me, and
And I'm
obviously you should know
Kes.
Cass.
Yes. The cancer slayer. We all know Kes. And
That's
if
the
you
cancer.
don't, you're about to.
Exactly. Well, we just wanted to hop on here and just share a little bit more about what we do with this incredible company called Arbonne, and specifically talking about how our lives have changed because of this business. And so since Cass is kind of the lady of the hour with the cancer slayer, I'm going to let her go first, but I will warn you, I'm getting over a cold, so I'm drinking water frequently, and I'm probably going to be coughing. And I made a joke to Kes that, she coughed for 8 months, so I just wanted to get sick. I conveniently got sick and got this respiratory infection just for her.
Yep. She was a little jealous that I no longer had the coughs, and she had to get her own.
Exactly. I had to get my own and get strep and ear infection along with it because, had to keep up with the cancer.
Right. Went a little over the top. So.
Well, you're a little overachiever.
Yes. Honestly, though, I mentioned it a couple times in some of my videos that, all these nutrition products and skincare products have really been what's keeping me healthy, but I never really mentioned like the business aspect. And aside from, again, awesome products, you can work anywhere, which for me has become very convenient because I'm in and out of the hospital and I'm about to be on house arrest. And I have like my real full-time regular job, which, but I have to go through insurance to get all of this stupid short-term disability. And I have to call these people and do all this paperwork, where my Arbonne business, I bring my tablet to the hospital and I just sit there and I'll message people and do it when I want. And then I'll take my little chemo nap and then I'll wake up and they'll take my blood pressure and I'm right back at it. So my favorite thing, again, aside from the products that literally saved my life, is that I can work it from anywhere. So Callie, stay-at-home mom, attests to that.
Yeah, but before I share my story, I would love to know more, like, what drew you to Arbonne in the first place? Like, what was your life like before this?
So I had actually recently just moved from Nevada to Oregon. So it was still like I think I had only been there for like less than 6 months. So like new move, didn't know very many people, didn't know what the heck I was doing with my life, just recently graduated, like that whole freak out thing. And I mean, it's not really ever anything I feel like someone's looking for, but I was actually looking for better skincare because aside from how flawless I look right now, I used to have super terrible skin and like literally like pizza face, like just picture pizza face. And, the whole through middle school, high school, it was hormonal and then your skin would be nice and then it wasn't nice. And you try this product and it would work for 5 minutes and then that one would work for like a week and it was just a train wreck. So honestly, at that point I was 20, so I'd kind of given up. I was just like, whatever, I just kind of buy whatever's on sale and my skin sucks and that's the end. So then my friend Callie here was like, hey, you want some skincare? And I was like, heck yeah, I want some skincare. Like, I will literally try anything at this point. So then I tried the skincare and it cleared up my skin in like a week. So like kind of still a little skeptical just because like, again, skincare products work for like a week and then they start sucking again. But then I tried it for like a month and my skin was still clear. And then I tried it for like 6 months and my skin was still clear. We're pushing I think almost 2 years now. And my skin is still pretty clear after chemo. Like, we want to talk about that for a minute. This is post chemo skin. So it actually put the sores on my head too. But anyways, so I first did it for the products. And I remember just kind of, like business savvy, I guess, where I was like, if I'm going to have these products that are super legit, I want the best discount. Of course I'll sign up. Like, I remember as I was talking to my boyfriend at the time and I was like, you know what, even if I don't make any money, I'm still going to get these products that I love at the best discount I can. So like, that's already a selling point. But then I think like a month or two and I was like, well, everyone else is making money. Why can't I make money? So again, it wasn't like the business that I was looking for, but now I'm just like, hey, I have cancer. I'm in the hospital. Guess who can work remotely? So it's grown since then.
I love your mindset so much. Most people would get cancer and it'd be the end of the world, but I feel like you really had this, what do we call it? The prepare for impact. Like you had a plan B. Like you had something to fill in that gap.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have a little different story. A lot of you probably haven't heard my story before, but before Arbonne, I was working at an insurance company doing customer service and a lot of, yeah. And I mean, I did feel like I was perfectly positioned because I've always been very good at problem solving, at listening to people, and coming out with like a harmonious solution. And so I did feel in a very small way that, oh, this is like a good job for me. But also,
We convince ourselves of that.
I know. And what I learned is that I was settling. Like I was just grateful that I had a job. I was grateful that I enjoyed for the most part what I did. I was grateful that I had an income, and I wasn't looking for anything else. I was just selling myself short. And so I didn't realize what I was missing until I was around people who had what I wanted. And so I went to a friend's party. I had heard of Arbonne when I was in my 20s, or when I was 19, and I heard of Arbonne for the first time. But at that point, as a starving college student, I'm like, I always struggled with my skin, but I couldn't justify spending that much money. And I'm like, I guess I don't really want it because I don't want to spend the money. So I'll just deal with red, blotchy skin for the rest of my life. It's fine. Then I got a little older, a little wiser, a little more budget savvy. And I'm like, okay, no, I want this. It's worth investing. I'll take a second look. And I went to a friend's party and wasn't even thinking of this business as something I would do long term. But what I found is I left that party with so much hope. And it really opened my eyes to this life that I had always wanted, that I kind of tucked in a drawer in the basement of like a building that was 3,000 miles away. You know what I mean? It was so far removed from me that somebody had to bring that to light. And you said it, Kes, like we don't look for this opportunity. What we usually look for are jobs. We look for something that's going to get us from point A to point B, and make sure that we have enough money by the end of the month. And so once it awakened that in me, I realized that I wanted more for my husband and myself. I wanted more for my baby that was on the way because I was pregnant at the time. I wanted more for the people that I got to contact, or get to be in contact with every single day. I wanted more for my finances. I wanted more for my children, for my community, for the world. And as a young child, I had always had this dream of making a big impact and changing the world. And so for once in my life, this opportunity was like, duh, I can do all of that and more. I won't have to sacrifice my family. I won't have to sacrifice my integrity. And most of all, I would get to live that passion that I had kind of disconnected with several years before that. And Arbonne was not what I planned on doing. I studied biochemistry for 3.5 years, and I wanted to become a doctor because, again, I thought that was going to be what was going to make it to my end goal. But what I had realized in that 3.5 years is what we put on our skin and how we treat our body really does matter. And so I had more of a baseline knowledge from that regard than I think most people do coming into a business like Arbonne. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to know everything. You know, definitely don't have to know like 5 things to start a business like this. You get to learn this business as you earn this business. I just really enjoy the sciencey parts of things. And if you're friends with Kes, you know that, she does too, obviously. But that's not to say that people who are not so science-minded can't do something like this. I think what we all have in common is we all have this desire to do more, to be more, and to be surrounded by a community of people who, like us, want to see good done in the world. And so I said yes to Arbonne. My husband was very reluctant about it. And that's okay. Like, scary things are scary things, especially when they're new and you don't know much about it. But what I did was I worked this business in the nooks and crannies, going to school full time, having a baby, and working my full-time job. And within 2 years, I was able to replace my income. And so it just offered a lot of opportunity for us. I've been doing Arbonne now for 4.5 years. I am considered a stay-at-home mom, but more than that, guys, I get to leave. I get to be a get out of the house mom as well, and do work and visit with these extraordinary people and help both men and women alike reach their wellness goals. And so now I like to say I'm a holistic wellness coach. I don't just deal with the outside, I also deal with the inside. And Kes and I both are in a very unique position that we get to invest into people. Okay, there's not a lot of businesses out there where you get to help people with their skincare with their nutrition, with their cosmetics, with their lifestyle, as well as with their finances. Okay, this is the whole package. Arbonne has had a 38-year-old, well, I guess 39 almost year old commitment to providing the best pure, safe, and beneficial products on the market. Everything is botanically based. We are the #1 global company for healthy living inside and out. But more than that, they have a dedication to providing the best life for your consultants. Thinking about it, if I were to be a doctor, I'd make great income, right? I probably work crazy hours too, anywhere from 60 to 80, depending on if I own my own practice, if I worked at a hospital, if I partnered with somebody. And Kes said it great, like you can work anywhere. You get to be your own boss. You get to set your own hours. It provides for a lot of flexibility there, but you also get a great income with it. The difference between the Arbonne income and the doctor income is, one, with the Arbonne income, you get to give that away to people. You don't have to fight. You don't have to compete with other people in order for that person to make the same amount of money as you. So it's really this awesome opportunity for you to lose nothing, literally, by giving this business away to other people, by helping other people reach their dreams and their goals and live out their hopes. And so I think my story is very similar to a lot of people. It might not be the same background. It might not be the same situation that got me here, but this desire to change the world, starting with myself and then branching out to my family, to my community, and then to the world, is really what made me say yes to this business. And I've never regretted it. I mean, don't get me wrong. This business is not easy necessarily. Like it's not complicated, but it's also not easy. Like you're your own boss. You
It's
need,
definitely not easy.
yeah, exactly. And so you're a business owner just like anybody else, and it's very easy to be like, oh, I won't work today. Just as easy it is to say, okay, well, I know I have 16,000 things to do today. I have 2 young kids, by the way. But it's just as easy for me to say, okay, I can spend 10 minutes of focus time, get what I need to get done for the day, and then when I have another 10 minutes, get something else done. It's not like I'm doing Arbonne all the time. Do you have anything else to add about kind of like the business? I can get into the business model and some compensation things, but
I was actually gonna comment about finances because again, I'm in a very unique situation too, where I have to get short-term disability, which is only a certain percentage of my paycheck, and that's every single time. It's only that. Where for my Arbonne business, I can work as much or as little as I want and make or as much or little as I want. So I already know what I'm going to get from my adult full-time job and that stupid short-term disability, but it's the fact of, oh shoot, cancer is very expensive. I'm going to work my butt off, still laying in a hospital bed. First of all, so I don't go into financial ruin over all of this, but second of all, just to, you know what I mean? Like have extra money, spend time doing something, because my friends were joking about it. We're like, oh my gosh, you're going to have all this free time to just do nothing and play video games all day and read. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good, but I'm going to get really bored of that really quick. And, this is we're looking like at least 6 months here. So I want to do something more. And again, I was joking with my friends, I'm going to come back from this and I'm not going to want to work because I've been on a random 6-month retirement for some reason. And I'm going to go back and I'm not going to want to do it. So honestly, the fact that I have been given this opportunity to build a business and build something for myself in such a terrible time of my life and, grow from it. And I'm going to come out of it and be like, you know what? I'm not going back to work because I have the option to not to. I'm not going to come back cancer free, go back to the same lifestyle, get in the same rut. And you know what I mean? Just, I have all these opportunities to help people where I am, and I'm going to take this time and I'm going to grow from that too. So yeah, forget my real adult job. I don't want it anymore. It doesn't exist.
Perfect. And do you want to talk about the 4 different levels in Arbonne, just so people get an idea of what kind of money we can make?
Heck yeah. So levels, I always hated the term levels because it, I don't know, just it's got a negative connotation to it, but you got to put things in a file anyways. So we're going to put them into files, little categories, I guess. First category, it's called district manager. You make anywhere from, $50 to $500, depending on how much you work, again, what you're doing. Just the perks of having extra money, that's an extra car payment. That's chemotherapy. That's this random PET scan that I had the other day to see how bad my cancer is. Like that's helpful. And then the second one is area manager. You get what's it, like 1,000 to 5,000 a month, depending on what you're doing. This is when your business becomes willable, which means that if I were to die of cancer, which we're not going to talk about, I could gift it to my family. So that's, even if I'm not building something just for myself, I can give it away. And like Callie was saying, it's not just for me. It's, we all want something bigger. We all want something more. So it's not only I'm giving away great products, great opportunity, but if something terrible were to happen, I could give the business itself away. So kind of confusing, just everyone helping everyone, basically. The third, what'd you say?
It's so different than normal jobs.
Oh yeah. If I were to die of cancer, my parents would get my medical bills, not my business. So, but again, I'm not going to die of cancer, so that doesn't really matter. But you know, you got to think of all the opportunities or possibilities. Opportunities, not an opportunity.
No.
So we call this chemo brain, by the way. My brain's not working at full function, so it's, you know, we're going to go with it. So the third category is regional vice president. This is when you get yourself a fancy Mercedes. And I'm not a materialistic person, but first of all, free car, hello. Second of all, free car that's a Mercedes, hello. Third of all, you get to pick out, like, it's a no-brainer, honestly. Like, why wouldn't I? You make 15 or 10 to 15,000 at this level per month. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that, per month, not my stupid short-term disability, 60% of your paycheck garbage that I'm getting, but real money that you get to spend on yourself, on other people. You know, that's a house payment, that's your mortgage, that's more than your car payment, that is probably half of my chemo that I've already gotten. Like, that is a fair amount of money for you to live your life, dream. You can travel. They give away free trips. I don't think I mentioned that. Free trips paid by them. Hello, again, no brainer. I don't even know why people don't consider this. They're like, oh, it's not for me. And I'm like, do you know what you're saying no to? Hello. Anyways, fourth category is national vice president, which again, you still get the car, still willable. They're making $22,000 plus a month. This is endless. And two females talking about a glass ceiling here doesn't exist. As much as you want. Anything you could possibly dream of, you can get it. And I know this sounds too good to be true, and we're always taught, oh, if it's too good to be true, it's got to be too good. Like, it's a lie. Try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to make some money and get some really great skincare that's going to save your life and not go to the hospital and somehow live with cancer for who knows how long. Yeah, just saying. Best products, best company, best business model. It's a no-brainer. Like I said, I don't even know how to explain it. The best.
Yeah, so you guys should have a better understanding of those four categories. I'm going to add a couple of things. The first thing is that everybody starts off at the same level, okay? Cass and I both started at ground level as consultants. We still made money as consultants. It's not like you have to get to that district manager level before you make money. You're making money at the bottom. She and I have equal opportunities to go up. And so what's great is that, you know, Cass is a rock star. And if, you know, she is going to make it to the top, she might make it to the top before me because she's working her own business. So that's why it's not a pyramid. You know, Cass can make more money than I can, even though I'm the one who introduced her to this business. So that's one thing I wanted to say. And the other thing is that a lot of people hear this and they instantly think of a trading time for money mentality. They think, oh, okay, well, if I'm making $5,000 a month, I must be working even more. And no, that's not the case. The nature of this business, which is what I'm going to talk about, is that everything that we have gives you a residual income. So to give you an idea of what that means is that, like I said, I've been in this business for 4.5 years, almost 5 years now, and I am still getting a paycheck from people I introduced to Arbonne 5 years ago when I started. So I'm getting paid on the work that I did in the very beginning because everything that we sell runs out, right? Mascara, you eventually need new mascara. Men, you eventually need new shampoo or new deodorant or new toothpaste. Kids, baby wash, sunscreen, elderly people, anti-aging skincare, vitamins, all of these things that we have in Arbonne, over 400 products, have a completion. So that means that people are going to reorder, people are going to fall in love. Every single time that happens, you get a paycheck, okay? It's kind of like when an Elvis song plays on the radio. We all know and love Elvis. His family still gets a little bit of money every single time it plays, right? That's called royalties. We're in the royalties business for personal care products and health and wellness. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about with this business is that you get to create your income. This is one of the only jobs I know of where you are not dictated by a boss, your salary, or you're not dictated by a certain position, how much money you're allowed. So if you want to make an amazing life-changing income and get to that national vice president level, making 20 grand or more a month, you can absolutely do that. Just thinking about the type of impact you want to make at that level, because here's the thing, you guys, not everybody needs $20,000 to survive, right? A month.
Pay off my cancer bills? Nope.
Right, not everybody needs that, but what would that allow you to do in your life? How could you use that money to feed into that little tug on your heartstrings? You know, maybe it's a charity you want to give to. Maybe you want to invest in a church. Maybe you want to give a lot of money to Kes and let her and people like her have a little bit more flexibility so that they can just relax, you know, while they're trying to heal. That's something that Arbonne offers you that, again, not a lot of companies do. Usually when you're working for somebody or even for yourself, there's not a lot of extra at the end of the month for you to give generously. And that's one thing my husband and I really want to do, is give generously. And we have been able to because of Arbonne. And so very, very.
I can cancer fund in my own name if I want to, for everyone else that's going through this too.
Yeah. And you know what? Kes can absolutely do that. Maybe she'll start her own nonprofit and she will offer scholarships to people. She'll give grants to people. That's something that's totally within her willpower when you're making $20,000 every single month for the rest of your life. So just, I want to open you guys up to this possibility that you can do more. Like, you are absolutely in charge of your future and in charge of your life if you are willing to have the courage to take charge. So what Arbonne is it is network marketing. Ooh, spooky network. I know it's kind of a curse word in in some people's vocabulary, but for us, it was our salvation. And the reason why it's so great, you guys, is because it cuts out the middleman that is present in most retail operations. Okay, so think about this for a moment. When you go to the store and you buy mascara, because I mentioned it before. Although, let me make it more gender neutral. Shampoo, because both men and women use shampoo. Although there are some men who look fantastic in mascara. True, yeah. So if you go to the store and you buy shampoo, here's the deal. Okay, this is retail. Your shampoo starts at the manufacturer, okay, and it goes to a wholesaler, where it's shipped to actually it could stay in the wholesaler for who knows how long, until the retailer says, okay, I need a flat of this shampoo. Then it's shipped to the retail operation. And then from the distribution center, it's actually shipped to your store where you go and you get it. And in the process of all of that, it goes to the sales force, and you see this really beautiful lady with this long flowing hair advertise for the shampoo.
Hair is overrated, just saying. Bald
Right?
cancer heads are in.
That's right. Bald heads are the new style for 2019. And so that's a lengthy process. So there's a couple of things wrong with that. One is that when you get your product from the grocery store, it's typically 7 to 14 years old, okay, by the time you put it onto your scalp. The other problem is that 80% of what you're spending on this shampoo bottle goes back into marketing. Okay, it's for that famous model person and for the pretty labels and all of that stuff. Whereas when you're investing in a company like Arbonne, 50% of what you're buying in this product goes back into the product itself. So that in future years, you can trust that there's going to be reformulations that are the purest, safest, most beneficial, greatest for you, vegan formulated, cruelty-free.
For cancer patients.
For cancer patients, no gluten, no dairy, no soy, no excess sugar, no formaldehyde, donated ingredients. Like, the list goes on and on. We have banned over 2,000 different ingredients from our products. And that's even above and beyond what the UK does, or the European Union does. They only ban 1,300. So you get an idea that Arbonne is dedicated to healthy inside and out, and they're scientifically formulated and clinically tested. And so network marketing is great because of the way that it's structured, is that you can reallocate those funds, but you can also pay people like Kes and I to have our own businesses. So that's why it's beautiful. That's what network marketing is. It's not something where, so if I sign up 13 people, I'm going to get a $100 cash bonus for every single person I sign up. I don't get paid anything when I sign somebody up. Okay, you guys, this is the difference. Kes gets paid for the work that she does. I get paid for the work that I do. If she is working harder than I am, you bet she's going to make more money than I am. You're on this side of the screen, by the way. That's why I put over here.
I actually am on my side too, so it made sense.
Hopefully it is on the video, because otherwise I won't be very much. Anyway, so I'm really passionate about that, because every time somebody thinks this is a pyramid scheme, I know it's because it's a lack of education. They don't understand that this business model is legit, and they don't understand how this business model changes people's lives, because you can now have the time and you can now have the money. I spend probably 10 to 15 hours a week working my full-time Arbonne business, and I take care of 2 honey badges who don't give a shit. Those are my children. And so this is not a hobby. This is not meant for people who just want to get rich quick. This is not meant for people.
I'm not sure that has ever happened, except those people that win the lottery, but that's not realistic, like, ever. So get that out of your mind now. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. And the people who win the lottery, studies have shown that within 10 years, like, they're back to their horrible financial statuses beforehand. They don't have any of the money left, and typically it comes with divorce or some kind of like real awful tragedy, because people don't know how to do all that money, what to do with all the money, and don't use it very wisely. Mm-hmm. That's a digression. So anyway, we really wanted to tell you about that. And network marketing is for everybody. Like, you will find a place with us. If you have small goals, like you just need an extra $200 a month to help pay for your car. Or if you have big goals, you're like, I need more time, or I need more money, and I need to make in that $5,000 to $10,000 a month. That's okay. Like, we can show you how to do that. We can show you what needs to take place. We can show you what is most effective for the time that you have. We are your coaches. We are not your drill sergeants. So that's cool, is we get to partner with you and we get to decide. So if anything that we said tonight tugged on your heartstrings and made you wonder, oh, I wonder if I could do this, that is a sign from the universe that this is the opportunity that you have been looking for.
Your sign.
This is your sign. That you need to at least take a peek, because here's the thing, Kes and I, we are safe people to say no to. We're not going to try to convince you to do something that isn't right for you. But this could be the answer to your prayer. This could be the gift that you have been waiting for. And this could be the answer to the question, what in your life do you wish you had the power to do? This could be the vehicle that allows you to do that. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything to add, Kes?
The dream aspect. What would you do if you were diagnosed with cancer and could not work your job? What would you do if you had to be a stay-at-home mom? What would you do if you were allowed to dream again? Like, all of these are possible. All of these are options. And again, people say if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. It's not real. This isn't. I have seen it time and time again. People going above and beyond, getting everything they've ever wanted and giving back. It's just, it can be anything you want it to be, I guess.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, thank you for watching. We are going to post this video for you. And if you have questions, please contact either Kes, or if you know me, because I might share this video too. Never know.
Or cancer treatments, or how I got my skin so fabulous, or my lighting, or anything. The sweater I'm wearing, it's from Goodwill. Couldn't help you with the sweater, but anything at all. We're open people. We're good people.
Can you show off your bald head for us? Will you do a little like twirl?
360. I don't know how well I can get behind my head, but
that was pretty good. You guys, she has a bird on the back of her head. It's like she knew. She knew one day she would be bald.
I want to see pictures of my bald head.
All right, you guys. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Make 2019 your best year yet. Be bold, be brave, and don't. What?
Be bald.
Bald, and live in health, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.